All right, hey there guys, we're gonna be talking in this video about gluing down a belt to a liner using contact cement. So the product I'm gonna be using today is a Barge all-purpose cement. Another comparable product would be Masters cement. There's another good brand of it too, but stuff works amazing. So we have the Barge there, and I actually have that put into my little glue can. So that's why I wanted to have the big can here to show you what we were using. But when I do my belts, I'm going to tool those on an 8-9 ounce Herman Oak veg tan leather, which allows us to add some thickness to that with our liner. So I have same thing, Herman Oak veg tan, but this is a 3/4 ounce that I use for the liner. So I cut that liner to where it's just a little bit bigger than my belt, so we have some room to trim off there. Turn that upside down here, and now we'll get to spreading some glue here. When I look for coverage on there, I want to make sure that I get all the way out to my edges. Now these particular belts here are going to get stitched up, so it's going to hold just fine anyways. However, I always want to do a good enough job gluing that to where if you wore this belt for years and years and years and wore all the stitches out, that liner's still going to hold in there. Nothing's going to actually fall apart. So I'm even though we're going to stitch it, I'm going to do my glue down construction as if we were not going to stitch it. So get nice, good, even coverage here. I'm not slopping it and getting it really heavy. Like that right there, it's going to be too heavy. So we're going to spread that out. Let me see if I can drop you guys down a little bit closer where you can get in here and see a little bit better. So, see that slopped on there? We don't want that. So we want to actually spread that out a ways. My glue can, where I get this glue can at, I actually got this from Weaver, and I can put a link here when we get done in the description. But you can use my promo code there at Weaver, Joe10, JOE10, and save 10% on it. But yeah, this thing's amazing. It's just the glue can with brush here, and kind of works like an old oil can. The top unscrews and put our glue right in there, and then squeeze the trigger, and we have some come right down the brush. So it makes it nice. I can move right along, get good even coverage without having to dip back, into my can and back and get all the glue strings everywhere and glue all over the bench and all the fun stuff that comes with your traditional glue can that has the brush that you have to dip back and forth in. Okay, so I have good coverage on the belt itself. And you can see that good shine there. You can see it's wet, but it's not too thick, right? Just nice even coverage. Okay, I'm gonna slide that over. I'm gonna get my liner here. My liner, I get her right up to that edge as well, but I can move her along pretty quick. If I'm down just a hair from my edge right there, it's not a big deal because I know that I'm going to be trimming a lot of that edge off of there. So this is why I can get the liner glued a lot quicker than I can the main belt. But still wanting to get nice even coverage, not any thick spots in there. Now, the trick with this contact cement is going to be your timing and when you put it down, when you put the two pieces together. Okay, now I've purposely prepped another belt here, but I want to show you, if I take this liner and belt that we just got done gluing, now you can still see everything's really wet, right? That glue's wet, both sides still wet. We just got done putting that down there. But now I can turn that over, stick that on there. Okay. Well, it could hold. It's not gonna, we'll just stick the whole thing on there just to show you here. Okay. Now it's not gonna fall off of there, right? It can stick on there, but look how easy. We'll just peel that right back off of there, okay? We wanted our glue to stick more than that. Now, if we were building something where I needed to shift things a little bit and have to kind of make sure it's right in the right spot, you know, and it's maybe gonna have to shift before that glue sets, you would want to time it to where your glue's still a little more wet, so you can move that around a little bit. See, I can slide that around on there as needed while it's wet. Okay, again, I'm going to take that back off of there though. Now I have another belt and liner sitting right up here that I'd already put glue on earlier. Now notice on this one, that shine's gone out of there, right? That's dry to the touch. I'm not getting any tacky feeling there. I mean, I can feel a little bit of tack, but it's dry, as opposed to these wet ones. It's still real wet, kind of gooey on there. But now that we're dry on here, the shine is gone from these. Watch as I put this one down on here. I'm going to start down on my end here. So I'm lined up. When you do it this way, you want to make sure you're putting it down where you want it. I'll show you why here. Now that is on there. Grab that liner, shake it, it's not coming off. For me to peel this off of here, I just want to show you here. You can do it, but you got to work at it, okay? Now, if I was gonna do just a glue down construction where I knew I was not gonna be stitching, I would glue it like we did, let it dry completely. I would come back, put a second layer on, another light layer like that, let that dry completely, and then I'd come right before I went to stick it together, I'd put a super light layer and then stick that together. The other thing you can do is a heat activated thing where once you do the two layers where they dry completely, then you heat that up and that will activate that glue again, get it kind of a little bit wet, stick it together, and it is not going anywhere. So that's in a nutshell how I use my contact cement to get the strongest hold that we can, or to know that if you do need to shift things around, put it together when it is still a little bit wet. So I hope this was helpful, and I will try to answer any questions that we have on here. I know one of the big questions I get is about this can. I think I saw some of those come in, but so this can here, just a handy little can. I get it from Weaver, And again, you can use my promo code there, Joe10, JOE10, saves you 10% on it. But this is just a glue can with a brush, I think is what they call it. And it comes with two different sizes of brushes there. You can get a bigger one too, but the brush unscrews right here and comes off. This, I don't ever clean it really. I've never used thinner with this. This has always just been straight barge in here. I've never had any problem inside the can with things setting up or drying out. That can seems to seal super well in there, and so I've never had a problem with it drying in the can. The only thing that can dry on you is the brush if you let it sit for too long without using. You know, you can see it's a little stiff on the outside where it has kind of a crust around there, but I don't worry about that. When I get done using it, I try to, keep my can screwed down there, but I try to just make sure and get as much of that glue off the outside as you can. And then always remember to put your cap back on there good. I put it on there too hard one day and put a split in that cap, is why I had to use electrical tape and go around that. But you can see it's still pliable, still moves, and that glue comes through there. If you let it sit too long, it'll harden up on you. And I have had to, kind of really squeeze a little bit of glue, start working it, and it works back in, and it's fine. So that's the idea behind that glue can. It works amazing. Again, on my belts, the weight that I'm using, the liner is a 3/4 ounce Herman Oak liner. I use the same quality that I tool on. I think it helps the overall product, right? And then my belt, which this one's actually dried up good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on here. But this is an 8/9 ounce that I tool on here as well. So I'm gonna put this one right in place here. As we're going, and then these are gonna get, as soon as I get done gluing these, they'll be getting stitched down, edged off, and ready to ship out this afternoon. So those liners right there. Okay, glues, see? Glue holds really well there. So contact cement, love using that stuff. Again, this is gonna get stitched down, but even if these got worn for years and years and wore the stitches out on them, that liner's not gonna come off there. It is gonna hold solid. So hope you guys have a great day. Hope some of this helps. And if you enjoy this and feel it's worthwhile, please share that out. See if we can help as many people in their leather crafting adventures. So have a great day, and we will catch you next time.